Fortnite on the Nintendo Switch. It's no secret that it's absolute butt cheeks. But what about Fortnite on the Switch too? I mean, at the moment, we are just a little more than a week away from the launch of the Nintendo Switch 2, the next generation in Nintendo's home consoles, and the second major iteration of the record-breaking Switch 1. This console is going to bring numerous updates, which are extremely needed in certain games, such as Pokemon Scarlet and Violet, and also Fortnite. It's no secret that Fortnite on the Switch 1 has only gotten worse over the years as the game has gotten more advanced in gameplay and graphics. This version of Fortnite used to be a pretty big deal back in the Chapter 1 days, and even somewhat playable, but over the years it's only gotten worse and worse, especially with Epic constantly upgrading the graphics and the engine of Fortnite. So with the release of the new Nintendo console, what could that mean for Fortnite on the Nintendo Switch? Well, that's exactly what we're discussing today. So make sure to like the video and
Hey there, it's been a while.
are you for real right now?
For real. I'm still alive and kicking. I discovered it. The technique to end techniques. I can't be defeated. This technique is so
He's
powerful.
blabbing on and on about this technique. So, what's this technique called?
Well, on the grasp of death, I understood it. All because you didn't deal the finishing blow. It's called subscribing to Exatraz.
Enough of this. It's time to fight.
You're right. You're so right.
How the hell did he get behind me so fast?
Subscribe to Exatraz technique. Red.
He's just floating there. Let's end this!
Subscribing to Exatraz. It boosts his videos in the algorithm. It helps his channel. If he reaches 15,000 subscribers, he does a Fortnite Smash or Pass video. If he reaches 20,000 subscribers by the end of July, he gives away 20 battle passes. Everyone watching should subscribe, and they will. Throughout heaven and earth, I alone am the honored one. Subscribe to Exatraz technique. Purple.
Also use code Exatraz in the Fortnite item shop. Alright, let's get started here. First, we need to discuss the current state of Fortnite on the Switch. And, yeah, it's rough. This version is plagued with lag, poor textures, and player models not even loading in. This is all in addition to having the lowest frames per second of any console version of Fortnite, 30 frames per second. And that's just the cap of it. It can get even lower than that. The Switch 1 version of Fortnite is miserable and a living hell to play. I can confirm this as for most of the 7 or so years I've been playing Fortnite, I was a Switch player. Something about the convenience of playing Fortnite on the toilet really spoke to me. So until I got a PC 2 years ago, I mainly played on Switch. And yes, it sucked. Yes, it was very hard to play at times. And yes, I was cracked on the Switch. But I'm probably not the only Fortnite Switch player. And I am 100% certain that there are hundreds of thousands, if not millions of Fortnite players on the Switch. And it's their primary way of playing Fortnite. And because of the poor quality of the Switch Fortnite version, which has pretty much remained unchanged since its debut in 2018, I'm sure players are less inclined to play on it, losing Epic money and potentially even collab involvement with Nintendo. Back during Chapter 2 Season 5, Metroid Samus Aran was planned to be added to the game, as shown in both leaked court documents during Apple vs. Epic and also in the Fortnite x Batman 0 Point comic books. This didn't wind up happening though, as Nintendo only wanted Samus to be visible on their platforms. But what if I told you that even considering that, Fortnite might have actually been planning to add her. Okay, I'm gonna sound completely crazy here because I cannot find the Twitter post for the life of me, but I swear on everything that around this time, there was a leaked feature that added text for skins to disclose that they are only visible on one platform, which perfectly goes with a supposed reasoning for why Samus didn't happen. So if Fortnite was actively considering this collaboration, why didn't it go through? Well, in my mind, there is only one reason: the extremely poor quality of Switch 1 Fortnite. And now we arrive to the Switch 2. In case you've been living under a rock of Switch 2 speculation and such, before we had the spec reveal or anything like that, the general consensus for the Switch 2 was that it would be as powerful as the PlayStation 4, a step up from the Switch 1 being on par with the PlayStation 3 or Xbox 360. However, this ended up being completely wrong due to a few features in this console, such as DLSS, letting the console become extremely powerful. Hell, it can even run Cyberpunk 2077 in its DLCs, something the PlayStation 4 can't even do. So with this more powerful Switch, we arrive to the question of, what does this mean for Fortnite? Well, in the Switch 2 Direct, Fortnite was there, and it looked beautiful. The game looks great, on par with the Fortnite on current console generations. And the spotlight here was, of course, LEGO Fortnite. This will be extremely important for later. The Switch 2 supports up to 1080p 120 frames per second gameplay, and up to 4K in docked mode. This means that Fortnite on the Switch 2 has the potential to quadruple the frames of Fortnite on its predecessor. The Joy-Cons can be used as a mouse, which could have the potential to make Switch 2 Fortnite overpowered, just because of the precision that a mouse can have. And one last thing here, the Switch 2 icon was added to the game to be displayed next to usernames, which is really interesting to me because Fortnite didn't change PlayStation or Xbox's logos to distinguish the PlayStation 4 or Xbox One from the PlayStation 5 or Xbox Series X. Despite all this, we still don't have much information on Fortnite on the Switch 2, but I do have some speculation and theories. Firstly, Metroid Prime 4 on the Switch 2 is going to have two modes for its graphics, regular and performance mode. So I think it's possible that Fortnite on the Switch 2 could either be the first console to get its own performance mode or lead to both PlayStation and Xbox getting a performance mode of their own. This would give consoles a huge boost in comparison to PCs, where users can reach more than 200 frames per second. Now, remember when I said to keep LEGO Fortnite in mind? Well, if you didn't know, LEGO games have a huge presence on Nintendo platforms. I mean, it's where they sell best, and the Wii U even got an exclusive LEGO game that was then ported to the original Nintendo Switch, LEGO City Undercover. Well, I heavily believe that Nintendo and LEGO aren't able to do all the LEGO Fortnite promoting on Switch that they would want to do due to the poor quality of Fortnite on the original Switch. LEGO Fortnite barely even works on it. But with this monumental upgrade that the Switch 2 provides, LEGO will most likely start heavily advertising LEGO Fortnite on the Switch 2. And I mean, just in case if you don't know, LEGO is starting to become heavily intertwined with Fortnite. Besides everything in game, this can be seen with this summer's LEGO Fortnite sets, which are even including skins in each of them. But you know what brand LEGO is starting to make a lot of sets for? Nintendo. It started with the LEGO Nintendo Entertainment System, then LEGO Mario, followed by LEGO Animal Crossing and LEGO Zelda, and next year we are getting LEGO Pokemon. So in my mind, it's entirely possible that LEGO could serve as a sort of connection between Epic and Nintendo, getting them to sit down and finally get a collab going. However, I still doubt we get any Nintendo collab anytime soon, not even for the Switch 2. At most, we get another Fortnite console bundle. Second video in a row I'm saying this, but you guys should low-key join the Discord. Please join. Overall, though, I strongly believe that Fortnite on the Switch 2 will have a huge splash and prove to be pretty popular since, you know, the game will be actually playable on a Nintendo console and be portable. I strongly think we will get a showcase of this new version of the game from Epic and Fortnite before launch, and perhaps we can even get some rewards from playing on it, but I doubt it. It will be really interesting to see if Fortnite will utilize the DLSS of the console, but I guess we'll see what happens in a week. What do you guys think, though? Are you excited for Fortnite on the Switch 2? Are you getting a Switch 2? Are you not? Can you even find a Switch 2 to pre-order? Leave a comment down below. Well, that's all for now, so like and subscribe and use code EXTRATRAS in the Fortnite item shop.
See ya.
I want your money, I'm strapped for cash. I need your money too lazy to get a job. Give me your money, I'm not being funny. Give me your money today.
This is a brilliant work of satire.